Hi there, social media, Facebook. This is Dr. Brett Spradlin. We are at Divine Design Natural Health, and I'd like to introduce you to Tereza.
Yes.
And you know, Tereza said a few things today that I wanted to capture on film because Tereza has a very different outlook on things because she's not American. She is from the Czech Republic, which I happen to love dearly, and we were just talking about it a minute ago, and I've been there and it's wonderful, and you can smell the history in the air.
Yes, yes.
It permeates everything in that place. There's so much history there, just Eastern Europe, and it's just beautiful. And she was telling me something, and I'll repeat a little bit of it, and then I'll let her take over. She was saying, I once thought I was so holistic, and you did the midwife thing, you did the water birth thing, yes. And then she said,
Pain medicine was an essential oils for me. I was so lucky, it was great.
She did essential oils, and she said, I did the delayed vaccine schedule and everything, which we'll go back and talk about. And then she came here, and it totally was a game changer for her. And I thought, wow, that is a good thing to capture because there is so much misinformation nowadays about holistic medicine and homeopathic medicine and naturopathic medicine and what all these terms mean. But for the sake of this conversation, holistic just means whole body. So what she was saying was she came from a very different background in Eastern Europe that's not so permeated with medicine and drugs and surgery.
And so, definitely.
Yeah, so speak on that for a minute. I'll let you talk about you thought you were very holistic, and in what way? And then talk about the delayed vaccine schedule and all that, and talk about Mateo.
Right. I basically thought that delaying vaccine is actually a holistic way to just go through the system.
Right. Which many people do. Many people think that way.
And no, it wasn't the case in our family because obviously my 4-year-old that time got a severe vaccine injury with some severe symptoms. So when we first came to you, you probably saw a boy 4 years old with some facial tic.
Yes. And you said, it was painful. How did you say it? He had facial tics, the eye movements were all wacky.
It was just painful to watch him even think.
Painful to watch him think.
His
That's a great
brain
way
was
of saying it.
Really inflamed, and it just showed on all this, on the regression overall. He was a very athletic kid who after that vaccine was just losing his balance and was tripping, and even the fine motor skills got worse. He was just regressing in all the aspects. Speech,
gaze stabilization, eye movements, just balancing, behavior, and balance and coordination issues, the typical signposts that you see in ASD or people who are now being diagnosed as being on the spectrum of autism. That's what she's talking about.
He has lots of symptoms like that. The brain was very inflamed.
Yeah, very inflamed brain. So you came here and you mentioned the delayed vaccine schedule because a lot of people do that nowadays because they know, we just had this talk a few minutes ago, they know intrinsically that there are things in the vaccines that they don't agree with.
Right.
So in order to delay any type or in order to avoid any type of problem, if you delay those 72 vaccines instead of putting them
crazy number
72, you delay them out a little bit so that you don't do as many vaccines before the age of 2 is what most people do. So you spread those vaccines out over those first 3 years instead of 2 years, say for instance, and the rest of the vaccines you just tack them on when the kid's older, when the immune system's developed. So a lot of people think a delayed vaccine schedule is better, and it can be, but here's the kicker. If you're delaying it because there are poisons in it, and you know there are poisons in it, putting off the poisons is just still causing the problem.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? So you, being more holistic, being from Eastern Europe, having a much different understanding of health and wellness than we do, you thought that would be a good option. And how did that work out?
Yeah, it was just a devastating moment for us. Luckily, it's a joyful story. We are continuing to progress. He is 1 year older now, and he is a wonderful, just progressing boy.
You've been here about a year, a little over a year.
And I want to say, just guys, go and look at all these videos they have about vaccines these days, so you can make more educated options. They have it here. They will
Yeah.
You can get it from them for
Yeah.
home for a little bit.
Yeah, we have a lot of vaccine
They have
videos
them
here.
on Netflix, Amazon. Just get them and.
Well, they just got pulled from Amazon recently.
Oh, they did. Okay, got it.
Yeah, that's just why we're kind of
yeah.
we talked about this, which is why we're kind of recording this right now, because recently there's been a lot of negative things being said about anyone who questions the efficacy or safety of vaccines. So a lot of it got pulled off Google, YouTube, Amazon.
Got it.
So yeah.
So
we have a lot of things here. We have a lot of stuff here for people to avail themselves of as far as info and knowledge goes, DVDs, books. So one thing too, coming here, you said it kind of changed your outlook on things.
Yeah.
Diet, I don't think you'd understood diet, but you said like you wanted to do supplements, you knew the purpose.
Exactly. You know, you have a big head like that because you know all of this like information, but you don't know where to begin, and you need somebody more, educated who will just take you through something that you instinctively feel is right, but you don't know what really to start with, or yes.
Yeah, because you being a mom, you already had a woman's intuition. You already had kind of an idea that you needed help, or that something wasn't right about this food, or something wasn't right about these vaccines. You just needed somebody who does this for a living to confirm what you already felt in your spirit about what's good and what's bad.
It worked great. Yes.
Very well said. So that was you. Much like many people, you thought you were very holistic, and then you kind of came here. It opened your eyes to some things.
Absolutely.
And we've had some great results, and it's been a pleasure helping and working with you. What would you say then to somebody who was in your shoes, or who was thinking about getting involved in a place like a natural health place like this? What would you say to someone?
Well, it's definitely a wonderful feeling that you're not fighting this thing by yourself, that you have somebody on your side. Just the first time I met you, you look in my eyes and you said, he'll be fine. We'll help him. You'll see, he'll be a totally different kid. And that's what I needed to hear. Because I was so scared. I was scared. I lost my son the way how I knew him. And I became just powerful. I became it was just, you need people like that in your life when you're going through so difficult.
Right on.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better.
Yes.
That's really, wow. I know that I probably did say that, because you just have to have faith that people are going to get better.
And
it's all about faith. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, you're there to help your child. You are a warrior, mama warrior.
Mama warrior.
Exactly. And even the other stuff you hear, it's like the blue light from all the screens, and just go to nature and just play with those kids, and just they don't need you to see, be so worried. And this environment is just supportive. That just brought it all into our lives.
Nice. Excellent.
Yes.
Well, that's coming from Mama Warrior here.
Absolutely. Yes.
You need somebody in your life that just confirms those intuitions that you already have. That's why we're here. We do this for a living. We see this a lot. And you got to have somebody in your corner that has faith and says, we'll take you by the head and say, hey, everything's going to be okay. Just chill out. We're going to work on this. It's going to take some time. And that's what we did. It's been a pleasure. So thank you so much. So yeah, Dr. Brett Spradlin here, Divine Design Natural Health. We've got miracles right here waiting for you. I'll see you soon.